Hello everyone, how are you? Hope you're doing very well. My name is Diane and this is Madame Butterfly Tarot, and this is for Wednesday, let's see, the 4th of October, but you know it is a timeless reading, so it applies anytime. So pile number 1 is the Blue Apatite, which is really good for the throat chakra. Pile 2 is the Amethyst, and pile 3 is the Shiva Lingam Stone. And I do have a new setup. Like, I moved the table over to the other side of the room just to try and get a bit more light in this dank cave. Okay, so I'll move this over here. Move that over there. Okay, so pile number 1 is the Blue Apatite. So, okay, you guys have the Hanged Man, Suspension. You have the Queen of Pumpkins, or the Queen of Pentacles, and you have the Four of Cups in reverse. Okay. So, the first thing is some of you are destined with the Blue Apatite and the Queen of Pentacles. Some of you are destined to open your own business, or work from home, or do some kind of job that requires speaking or writing or presenting your work, creative work, to the public in some way. The Queen of Pentacles, like male or female, often does indicate someone that's self-employed. This could be working from home. So, you know, like maybe you're a single mum and you're trying to, like, you know, manage your schedule or something so you can work from home. But specifically, this seems to be some kind of job to do with the throat chakra. So you can look up, you know, occupations that are to do with the throat chakra, but think communication, writing, creative things. I'm noticing my voice is going. Excuse me. So you've been in some kind of waiting period with the Hanged Man that's about to come to an end, because the Four of Cups in reverse, you know, when the Four of Cups is upright, it talks about being like, oh, I'm so bored, nothing ever happens, like I feel stuck. But the thing is with the Hanged Man, like, Spirit is keeping you in a certain place until you start seeing things from a new perspective. And I feel the thing that you needed to see from a new perspective, because my throat is just going all over the place, is about, like, it's some kind of block that you were working through in your throat chakra, about being heard. Excuse me, or like whatever it was you were creating, being worthy, you know, for public consumption, like people would want it. Like, so like things that you have to say, or, you know, things that you create being, you know, good enough for people, like people would want to hear you speak, or hear, you know, read what you have to say, or, you know, like your art or whatever it is. Excuse me. So if your throat chakra is blocked, it makes it much more difficult to do this. So I don't know if you have this business now. If you don't have it now, I feel like you're destined to have it in the future, like a business or a job, like I said, to do with communication in some way, or, you know, something that you're going to create. You have the Hierophant here. So I feel like some of you guys are going to be teachers straight off the bat. Sorry. Yeah, like with the combination of the Queen of Pentacles and the Hierophant, you know, the Hierophant is a spiritual teacher first and foremost, but it doesn't have to be spirituality. You know, the Hierophant can be any teacher. It can be like management. It's basically someone who people want to listen to you because you have worthwhile information, you know. So some of you have, you're either doing it now and Spirit wanted you to become like more confident in what you're doing, so that you feel, you know, like what you have to say and your contributions are worthwhile. Or this is something you're going to be doing in the future. I also feel there was a need here, like, for self-care with the Queen of Pentacles, for those of you that this applied to. Maybe you have a bit of a habit of working yourself into the ground and not putting yourself first. You know, the Queen of Pentacles can be about rejuvenating your health, making sure you're sleeping enough, exercising, drinking water, a proper diet, you know, self-care. So there could have been like a period where Spirit was like, okay, you need a rest, right? Because you need to work on your throat chakra. You need to work on being okay with being heard and seen. And also we want you to work on your health and to recover a little bit. You also have the Lovers. Eee. So for those of you that, yeah, look, you have the Emperor. So for those of you that have been feeling like I never meet anyone, or like I'm bored of being single, or whatever your situation is, I feel like you have a lover, like a partner. Well, I said it, it's out there now. A partner coming in here, a soulmate with the Lovers, okay? But this is not just like a hit it and quit it, I would say, with the Emperor, because you see how you have the Hanged Man? I feel like this person, male or female, has been waiting to come in. So this is divine masculine energy, which can also apply to a woman. You know, it's more about the energy that they're putting off. So it doesn't have to be a divine masculine, but it's more about the energy. You know, even if you're dealing like a man dealing with a woman, this would be like the Emperor's like leadership type energy. It could be an Aries, someone very faithful, someone very loyal, usually usually successful and well respected because they've earned it. You know, whatever it is this person does, and they're probably in some kind of leadership position, they've earned it. You know, that's why people respect them. Because often the Emperor's kind of, you know, sort of been to the school of life, as it were. You know, the school of hard knocks. But this person's been waiting to come in, whether you've met them yet or not. But I feel like it wasn't the right time. I feel like you had to sort of work on self-care and putting yourself, like, your physical needs first. You know, resting, sleeping, grooming. But also there was this huge thing about your throat chakra, because there's something, like I said, you're either, whatever it is you're doing now, if it's something to do with communication or whatever, like you're destined to go quite far in it. Because of the Hierophant that talks about being a teacher in some way. And if you haven't started this yet, this is something that you're like destined to do in the future. So it was like this person sort of couldn't interrupt, if you see what I mean. But you do, you know, particularly with this card here, I just really think that's cute, because it's just, I feel like this person's going to be like a bestie. You know, like a romantic partner slash your best friend. You're just going to get along really well. You're going to really like spending time together. Yeah, it's super cute, pile 2. So if you have been waiting for a long time, this person is coming, okay? That is Spirit's message here. Oh, that's a nice message. So I'm going to end that there. I forgot to pull the Halloween, the little cards today, so I guess they weren't meant to come out today. So I hope that was useful, pile number 1. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, I wish you many blessings, love and light. Take care. Pile number 2, you guys have the Amethyst. So you have the 9 of Cups, or the 9 of Potions. You have the World. So you're getting some kind of wish fulfillment here. Something's going to make you very happy. Ooh, and you have the King of Wands, or the King of Candles. He's like my favorite card in this deck. Do you remember he's the singer from the movie? So pile number 2, I have more cards here, but there is some kind of wish fulfillment with the 9 of Cups, and with the World, you're closing down some kind of huge cycle here. Let's see what else you've got. You have the Knight of Swords. You have the Sun. And you have the Moon. So I feel like pile 2, I also feel like you have someone new coming in, because they're highlighting this little dude's head. This person could have Pisces somewhere in their chart because you have the Moon. But if you've been in a period where it just feels like you didn't really know what was going on, and things have not been moving forward, or things were very unclear, that you're about to come out of that, because look, right next to it you have the Sun. So the Sun is about, you know, seeing things clearly, because when the moon, you know, when you're trying to see what you're doing by the moon, you know, it's much harder. You kind of have to just go with your intuition, you know, because you can't really see any progress in the 3D. So you just sort of have to trust that things are going on behind the scenes in the 5D. And also with the moon, I feel like you might have been doing a lot of shadow work, because, you know, the moon talks about repressed emotions, subconscious fears, and I feel, if I can get it to focus, there was something here about you underestimating yourself, and that's the cycle that's ending, because you see here she's like a little kitty cat, but actually, you know, this water here like reveals the true form. So actually you're much more powerful than you gave yourself credit for. Okay, so this cycle that you've been in for probably most of your life of underestimating yourself and undervaluing yourself is coming to an end. And you're going to be seeing things clearly. You know, I do feel like you have someone coming in here. This person could be a King of Wands type energy, which would be Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. You do have the World and the King of Wands, so this could mean this person is from somewhere else, right? They could live abroad, or they could live in your country, but they're from somewhere else, or maybe you meet them when you're traveling or something. They could have, it could be a Leo, because you have King of Wands and the Sun, which is Leo energy, but this person's going to make you very happy, okay? Also, I feel like with the King of Wands here and the Sun, I do feel like this is you also stepping into more of a kind of leadership role, and with the King of Wands, like maybe more of a speaking role. You know, maybe you're going to be willing to put yourself out there a bit more, because the King of Wands talks about being a leader, you know, owning your own business, motivational speaker, or just like, you know, speaker in general. Someone that's very good at speaking, someone that people are like happy to follow, you know, because the King of Wands is very charming. They're good at getting people to do what they want. I mean, not in a manipulative way, but it's just because they're, you know, they're charming, and it's like alpha male, alpha female. Yeah, you know, it's just a very kind of warm personality. So I feel like this is like more of the energy that you're stepping into here, like being seen, because this dude's actually on stage as well. So that could be, I mean, don't freak out. Like you might not, you know, might not be as intense as being on stage, but certainly removing this fear of being seen. Also, with the amethyst here, you know, it's right above his little head. So there could be something for you guys. For some of you, only take this if it resonates, but in terms of channeling information through the crown chakra or the third eye, and you're going to be more willing to put that out there. This could be related to pile 1. Okay. Let me just get one card on this Knight of Swords. Oh, okay. So you have the Four of Cups here. I feel like a lot of you guys have come from pile 1. If you've been feeling bored, that's about to change. I feel like you have someone new coming in, because there's like one cup here. It could be a Gemini with the Knight of Swords energy, but I just, yeah, like the Tower wants to come out too. So this person's going to make an appearance like pretty quick. Okay, because you've closed down this cycle is the thing. It's the right time for this person to appear. It's almost like they appear when you're not looking, which honestly is usually, it's like usually how people show up, right? Like when love shows up when you're not really looking for it. Because some of you may have been a little defensive as well about a situation that didn't work out in the past that you're now over. Okay, so you're letting this new person in. See, there's a little guy waiting to come in. And now that you're ready, I feel they're going to come in very fast. shift, okay? And they could be, like I said, they could be like a King of Wands type energy, Aries, Leo, Sag. Yeah, so that is your message. Pile number 2, hope it was a useful message. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, I wish you many blessings, love and light. Take care. And pile number 3, guys, had the Shiva Lingam stone, which never wants to stay. Okay, so you have the Wheel of Fortune. There's something about protection for you here, because she's in that little circle of protection. You have the Death card, transformation, and you have the Ten of Swords. Wow, so there's definitely some kind of ending here. Okay, the first thing that I want to say when I see these cards is, if there was some kind of ending, or you chose to end something, it was ended for your protection, okay? Like if that's a person, I want to say it's a person for a lot of you. Like if there has been some kind of ending, it was actually a blessing in disguise. Like I'm talking about here, you know, like like a relationship that ended where someone maybe betrayed you, or you felt betrayed with the Ten of Swords. It was actually Spirit kind of protecting you, because this person was like bad juju for you, all right? You may have had, actually, pile number 3, you may have had multiple relationships end, because I'm just noticing this here, like there's a lot of, you know, the witches are kind of coming for him here. So you may have had a lot of toxic relationships that had to go. And it's almost like Spirit ended them for you. That's kind of what that feels like. If, you know, if this is ghosting or people doing random things and betraying you and you're like, what the hell? Like, where did that come from? These people were removed from your life so that you were being protected. You may even have been, you know, because you have the gravestone here, which is the Hermit card in this deck. So you may have been in a hermit mode, you know, like that, because that happens during your spiritual awakening. For those of you that resonate with that, you know, people that were toxic or were not good for you, or were sort of keeping your vibration down, Spirit removes them. And then, you know, you kind of have to be alone for a little while you sort of adjust, you know, so that, because if you went out too early and started mingling, you would just be attracting the same kind of people, because you haven't really set the boundaries yet. Like the mindset is not strong enough to sort of keep people away yet. Okay, if you see what I mean. You also have the Page of Pentacles here. You have the Ace of Wands with the Ten of Swords. And you have the Seven of Wands. Yeah, see, I feel like you had a lot of people coming for you in the past, pile number 3. And it's like they kind of wanted some of your energy, which is exactly what toxic people do. You know, energy vampires, they really just want some of your energy. So I feel like you've been learning how, yeah, you see what I mean? Because here, he's not really got focus. You know, he's just kind of letting them, I mean, I'm not saying that you were, you know, bear with me, right? He's kind of letting them take his energy, because he didn't know how to put up boundaries yet, right? But here, you know, you've learned, you're like, no, that's not happening. We're not doing that anymore. Like, I've learned, like, you're not getting my energy anymore. Like, I recognize, you know, what is a healthy boundary and like what is not. I'm, you know, able to stand up for myself. I'm able to recognize toxic energy when I see it. Like, no, you're done. You know, I feel like you've been learning to stand up for yourself. My throat just went. So that might mean you've been working on your throat chakra. Sorry, pile 3, I just had to go and like cough a little bit. I think you've definitely been working on your throat chakra. Because, you know, when you start to work on your throat chakra, it's like, you know, learning to say no, right? And to stand up for yourself and be like, that's not cool, like what you said, like I don't like that, you know? And then these people just magically kind of disappear, right? When you keep, you know, when you hold the frame. So there's something, you know, God, sorry, with the Ten of Swords, whatever this was, like whatever these relationships or this relationship was that ended, you're actually, maybe you can't see it now, or maybe you can, but you're going to be really happy that it ended, because it's like you've taken your power back, because you needed this time away from the humans, right? Like you needed this time to heal so that you could take your power back, basically. And now that you've done that, you know, with this Ace of Swords here, like it's a totally different mindset. So like, you know, this could have been someone that, you know, maybe they ghosted you or something, or there was, you know, it ended badly, and you were super upset about it at the time. But I feel like now you're like, oh, I see why that couldn't work, like why that had to happen, like I dodged a bullet, you know what I mean? And now with the Wheel of Fortune here, it's like you're ready, baby. Like with the Page of Pentacles, you know, I often think of the Page of Pentacles as someone that's been single for a while, you know, getting ready to sort of get back out there and like offer someone their pentacle, you know, like maybe you're a little, you know, you've not been in the dating game for a while, but it's like getting ready to get back out there, right? Yeah, you have the Four of Swords. So I feel like you've been resting. Maybe someone broke your heart. It could just be that, you know, it was many people, just could be that many people broke your heart or just one, but I feel there was a period of healing of the body as well as the, you know, everything. I think you've been healing everything. You've been learning boundaries, you've been learning to change your mindset, you've been healing your body. I think I'm going to leave that there, pile 3, because yeah, I think that's the message. Like this is you sort of getting back out there, because you've now learned to hold, I feel like there's one more to come out. I feel like you've now learned to hold the frame, like hold the boundaries with people, so it's like okay for you to go out and play with people again. You know what I mean? You're gonna give us one more, Spirit, for that corner. It's looking kind of bare. You're not, are you? Just one. Okay, I dropped a bunch of them, but you have the Queen of Swords here. See, I feel like this is again, and you have the Strength card. I feel like you've been learning to hold the frame, you know, to be like, no, that's not happening. Like, you're not speaking to me like that. We're not doing that. These are my boundaries. You cross them, you die. You know, you cross them, like we're not, you know, you can do what you want. Like, I don't really give a shit. That's my line in the sand. You cross it, then, you know, I'm going to tell you that you've done that, and you can either bounce or you can adjust your behavior, right? Yeah, so that's your message, pile 3. I hope it was useful. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, I wish you many blessings, love and light. Take care.